I spoke about why we structure our time. I spoke about the psychological hungers that we have, namely structure hunger, stimulus hunger, and recognition hunger. Now let's speak about how we structure our time. All in all, there's about 6 ways we structure our time. Today I'm going to speak about 4 of them. Reason being is that these 4 I think are quite easy to explain, easy to understand, and the other 2 I think really deserve their own video, and they may have much more of an impact in terms of the wider story of how we live our lives. Now, the first way we structure our time that I'll speak about is withdrawal. Pretty obvious. That could be withdrawing, completely withdrawing from the situation, or withdrawing internally, even though you're physically present. Make sense? The second way we can structure our time is by something called rituals. Now, rituals are like a pre programmed way of interacting with one another. One of these pre programmed scripts, if you will, is if I say, "Hello, how are you?" I can pretty much guarantee you're going to say, "I'm fine, thank you." And you? You might not be fine, but you know that's just how this thing goes. Every culture has its own rituals. For example, one ritual that confused the heck out of me for a long time was in Ethiopia. They will say, "Hello, how are you?" And then you'll say, "I'm fine, thank you." And then like 2 seconds later, they'll be like, "How are you? Are you good?" And they'll keep going. And then in my mind, I kept thinking, I just told you how I am. But it's their ritual to be like, "How are you? Are you good? Are you well? Are you fine?" And they might say, "Are your family good?" I've heard they can go so far as to say, "Is the grass in your country good?" That's their ritual, and we have our own rituals. Now, after rituals, we have pastimes. Pastimes are a way of keeping the ball going. Like you need, let's say you've got 5 minutes and you and this person are awkwardly standing around and you need to do something with them. So to make it not awkward, you've got to create a pastime. And a pastime is where you're speaking about something. You're not necessarily doing the thing or engaging with the thing, but you're speaking about the thing. And the thing is usually something that you can both immediately identify or see. For example, in Britain, in England, we often speak about the weather. Makes sense to us because our weather's crazy. I've met Spanish people who said, "Why do British people speak about the weather so much?" Another pastime might be if you're someone who takes the bus. Maybe there's someone at the bus stop who they just randomly start talking to you about how bad the bus service is. That's a pastime. They're trying to pass the time with you by batting that back and forth with you. The thing about pastimes is it only lasts for so long before the conversation just dries up. So it's not meant to be like some get you to some deep connection. It is what it says on the tin. The last one I'll speak about is, if I can remember the name, activities. Activities are, as stated, when we're passing the time by doing something or working towards a shared goal. That could be housework, that could be work that you get paid for, that could be literally a game that you're playing together. It's said that activities, some people connect best through activities. However, people can also use activities to avoid true connection. So I hope these make sense. And the 2 that I'm going to speak about in their own video, which I think will be very interesting. One of them is called games. Games is a very important concept in transactional analysis. And the other is called intimacy, which we all need.